Right, welcome to another stream from the open tournament in Old World. This is, I believe, part 4 of the game between HazardBringsAxe versus Anarkos. And it's a very tense moment in the game where Anarkos, playing Rome, has moved a lot of military units into the center of the map, and HazardBringsAxe, playing Carthage, also has a lot of units on his side. Between them there's a Gallic bastion, one of two tribal encampments that are left on the map. I believe everything else is settled. They are playing the first turns now without a timer. Anarkos with Rome just got a new ruler, 9-year-old, and he decides to take on a regent, an orator that is prosperous with a lot of charisma. Looking at the family opinion, his landowners are pleased, but the champions are upset and the statesmen are actually angry. So even with the bonus from the orator for the religions, there is still some negative opinions here to work on. You can decide to gain some of different bonuses for the succession. Looking at some of the events and notes here, he has an honey. Yeah, it's a honey resource that is has written about to send to one of the cities here. I believe he has not decided to do so. Maybe that's more long-term. Right, honey grows, that's the thing. He wants to build a groves, right. What else has happened? So, influence mission was cancelled. Some workers were trained. He discovered spoked wheel, and is now taking hydraulics. He's moving some more forces to the front here, assigning generals. We'll take a closer look at the armies of each player in a second. He actually decided to use the orator ability here to recruit some of the Gallic units here in the battlefield between the two players. Looking at the power graph here to remind ourselves, the military score is in Rome's favor here with almost 2,300 military score against Carthage's 1,700. And Rome has 37 orders to Carthage's 25 according to the records. I'll make a post that we're live. Give me just 1 second to write in Discord. Alright, coming back into the game. Rome has 5 siege units. Can begin to take a look at those. So that's 4 onagers and 1 ballista. We have 1 onager placed on a quite central hill here, and 2 closer to the south near the forward city of Aventicum. And 1 in the central city of Juvanum. Taking a look at the range units, there's some slingers, quite a bit of archers, a lot of them in the front. I believe it's around 8 or so. 2 longbowmen on 2 of these central hills, and 3 camel archers. 2 of them are damaged, healing up now. 1 is in a very forward position here, right next to the Gallic bastion. No other mounted units, but a lot of infantry. Now we're over to Carthage's turn, and HazardBringsAxe has 5 axemen, a spearman, and then 3 tribal units at the highest level. He has 2 African elephants, both near the front. He also has siege units, more than Rome. He has about 7 onagers and a ballista, and they're all quite forward placed, 1 almost right next to this Gallic camp. And HazardBringsAxe declares war on the Gauls and moves in one of the settlers here, attacks the bastion with his 3 of his onagers here, and moves in with this axe with a tactician on it. So now we can settle the city depending on here where he wants it placed. And that will be a choke point that Rome has to move through to get closer into Carthage's territory. So there's 2 axemen here in front of the city of Thanae. I'm probably butchering these city names, but we'll try to go with it. And he moves forward with his zealot leader on a highly promoted archer and starts attacking the newly recruited tribal units of Anarkos, bringing one of them down to 6 HP with 2 attacks. I believe he has more units in the area, more archers that he could bring forward to secure that kill. He also has this northern Gallic camp with 10 orders left this turn. 1 HP left on the... and there is the kill with another archer. Using the rest of his orders to kill one of the Gauls here in the north. 2 orders left. Moving in with his African elephant. I think he's buying orders. Yes, he has no training left. 1 order left. I don't believe he will be able to kill another Gallic unit or make any progress on actually clearing that bastion. And Anarkos has a scout in the area watching all of this. So that could probably give him an estimate of how many orders Carthage is working with. Although he doesn't really know how many worker moves HazardBringsAxe is doing. He's deciding between what to take next. Could go for forestry, coinage, citizenship, or monasticism. Looking at the tech tree for Carthage, his most advanced techs are composite bow and machinery. And he has 5 laws available to him, or active actually. So both citizenship and monasticism would be another law. Forestry would help with his -22 wood rate. We'll see what he goes for. He's building the pyramids in Carthago. He has some ships in the south as well. Building walls in the newly founded city. And some African elephants for military, and an onager in Carthago Nova, his other frontline city. He had an event to gain another axeman, which he probably got. Yeah, he probably got it in the front. That could have been the event for clearing that bastion. And he took a hit to his legitimacy from breaking the peace with the Gauls. Overall, his economy looks quite good except for the wood income. And of course, the science rate, I believe, is quite a bit lower than Rome's. Almost 3 times less. And Anarkos playing with almost double total science gained in this game. Back to Rome's turn. The timer has started. A bit over 8 minutes for Anarkos to play with here, and 39 orders. And he will get to decide both religion and what kind of focus the heir will have. Going back to the infantry of Rome, he has 3 hastatos and a lot of spearmen. Let's see, 24 infantry units in total, melee infantry units. Out of those, 8 are something else than spearmen. So that's 16 spearmen, 4 axemen, 1 conscript, and 3 hastatos. And he has failed 2 legacies. So the legitimacy is down to 95, which moves the landowners down to cautious opinion. Alright, Anarkos is continuing to heal his camel archers and moving his onagers forward. Probably aiming to set up in the hills next to Carthage's new city. and he can see by hovering his mouse over HazardBringsAxe score that Rome is stronger and erudite compared to Carthage. He moves forward with one of the conscripts, or actually the only conscripts, but also one of the spearmen, to this northern pass. There's a road up there to facilitate further movement into the Carthaginian territory. Let's see if he braves to move forward even more with one of these onagers to get in range of the city. With 16 orders left, he might take it a bit more slowly. He's actually moving away a little with one of the longbowmen here that were in the front. He can see that HazardBringsAxe also has opinion problems with some of his families. This statesman axeman is from an upset family. But the trader's onager in the back is pleased. And I believe the riders are cautious, so no bonus or malus to the combat strength of those units. He also retreats with a recruited javelineer. Now he's going for the events here. Let's take a look at the heir. So it's a philosophy student with Judaism as religion. So that is the state religion of Rome. But actually the paganism is right now slightly more pleased at 173 opinion. Alright, a bit fast turn here with 3.5 minutes left, out of orders and events. Passing it back to HazardBringsAxe. Take a look at the workers. Except a hamlet and a pyramid, nothing else is being worked on in Carthage. He immediately starts attacking the last encampment here with his onagers. Bring it down to 4 HP and killing it with his African elephant. Let's take a look at the events. He has the Cult of Flame, where it can affect the opinion of either monotheism or polytheism for the rider's family. And his wife is imprisoned. And there's an event to release her. I believe this is from declaring war on the Gauls. And he's offered another ambition to control 8 luxuries, which I believe he might need land consolidation for. Let's take a look at the resources. He has one ambition to enact holy war. There are some dice here in the coast. 2 dice. But other than that, the luxury resources are mostly locked behind the groves from land consolidation. He already has 1 salt resource believe it's this one in Cartena. So that might be some ways off. He has decided to research citizenship and has 6 turns left for that. And he found another rider city on the last Gallic site, Leptis Magna, here in the north. So there's 4 riders families here in the front. 2 of them have access, 3 of them have access to elephants. And 1 has camels, 1 has horses. Taking a look in this last one, he could supply camels or horses to that city. His capital is also riders, and I believe he already has supplied elephants to that one, yeah. He's fortifying his axemen here in the city of Thanai, move forward an onager. He's building a range, actually. Must have missed that in Cartena. And he starts walls in the new city of Leptis Magna. So, taking stock of the situation, it's difficult to be so far behind in science. Right now they are mostly on even footing when talking about what kind of units are available to each player. But Rome has more units, and I believe a bit more varied army in a way. I guess all the spearmen is the main part of the army. And let's see here. Rome took on an ambition to enact autarky. This is one of the late game laws behind Latin sale. And Anarkos would need to take metaphysics, cartography and coinage before he could start Latin sale. So that's quite far away. But it's getting close to having 100 of each resource in production. Let's take a look on his workers. He's not building anything right now, so that might make it difficult. It's possible that he could decide to wait with moving forward and finish this ambition first. He has 18 years to do it. And I believe there are some forests that he could build some more lumber mills and quarries and mines, everything that is needed. He is tutoring the heir with one of his 2 courtiers, an oligarch, court merchant for the champion's family is tutoring. And he decides to move forward with the longwoman, getting a critical hit on that fortifying axeman and actually killing it. So the 2 longwomen together with that elite javeliner kills the axeman, and the onager in Thanai is not unlimbered, so it will not be able to attack back. So Anarkos is moving forward with a few onagers, which are not in range to attack the city, but all of the tiles in forward of it. He was also taking a look with one of his scouts, seeing the forces in the south, in Carthago Nova by the coast. And I think this onager might also have been moved forward this turn in the north here, securing that chokehold. He sends in a damaged spearman and a camel archer to start attacking the other axemen here in Thenai. Another spearman, bring it down to 7 HP. Narcos has 6 orders left and a lot of forces in the area, but I don't believe he has enough to move in and actually kill that axeman. He could buy orders, he has 650 training. But I'm not sure what unit he could send in right now. He has some range units in the area. Ballista moves forward. Alright, he's sending his units forward using this central road. And the central city of Florentia starts another archer. And the statesman seat is a developing culture. Taking a look inside, he has a lot of civics production, and he goes for a 2-turn decree that will give him 6 more orders. He could rush it. He has not been rushing anything this game, but decides to pass the turn. Back to Carthage. He has 1 onager on limber that could attack the most forward spearmen sent in by Anarkos. And of course he has his other archers in the area. And the ballista that could move in and actually kill the spearmen in 1 hit. HazardBringsAxe retreats with the damage axeman and heals it. And retreats with the unlimbered onager and limbers it behind the city. And the way the city is placed, none of the Roman units can move behind it. It is providing zone of control, completely blocking this chokehold. He's shuffling his archers around in here, moving in a bloodthirsty archer into the city of Thenai. And starts building a hamlet in the northern city of Leptis Magna, which will increase the borders in 6 turns. Alright, so his Eagle Eye Marksman archer here with the zealot attacks the Roman spearman, one of them, and it is killed with an elite skirmisher that moves forward, risking to take damage next turn from the Roman units, but not the onagers. They're actually not in range of anything right now. We'll need to move forward again next turn. But without an onager inside Thenai, I don't believe that Carthage has a way to defend this city. after some more onagers are in place, because they will be out of his range. Then the question will be if Anarkos will be able to hold the city after the walls are down and if he moves in. Seems like now that it might be a city that neither player can really hold. Or at least that this will be quite a bloody fight. Hazard brings more units into the area. One of the African elephants, another archer. He's building another range in Carthago Nova. And 2 orders left. So far it's been 1 unit killed by each player. Didn't really catch what he used his last orders for. Might have been an influence mission. Back to Rome. No events this turn. Let's see how Anarkos responds. I'm gonna take a look if we have anything in shot. Hello, Fluffy Bunny. Yeah, it's time to smash. Going back into the game. Have a chariot moving forward. I believe that is the first mounted unit in Rome with ability to rout. He actually has 2 chariots now and a war elephant. But not building anything more. He has a legionary coming out in 1 turn, since he's up to 7 loss. So a legionary in Roma. Scouting. Moving his scout through the Carthaginian territory here. He'll be able to post up on this forested hill overlooking the southern frontier. Hasn't really moved any of the most forward units here that are right now in range of archers and onagers. Alright, he attacks the elite javelineer and goes forward with one of the onagers and unlimbers it. And that is now in range of the city. Alright, so that's 3 onagers now that can do a lot of damage next turn. They're all right next to each other, and there is 1 African elephant or 2 that could move in. I think the northern one is not really in range to attack the archers, but the southern one should be able to, if Carthage can get through all of these units that are now moving in front of the onagers. So yeah, the bloodbath is starting. And next turn the decree from the statesman seat will finish. He's also building some non-military units here, a Jewish disciple, an apprentice poet. To see another chariot getting produced and another Hastatus. Other than that, it's mostly military moves, moving his forces forward. Another camel archer and a chariot from the back. So I don't think any work moves except a citadel was started. A citadel in his landowner seat that is up to strong culture level. And his science rate is actually down a lot now with the new ruler, so it's only about double that of Carthage's right now. So Anarkos is out of orders here, quite fast turn. They are playing with a slow turn timer and tight turn style. The ballista is also in range here to attack into the city or other units. So I believe if Anarkos wants, he could make the city fall next turn. Back to Carthage, and the leader has gained another level, can promote and become either horsebane, brave, engineer or carpenter. All quite interesting choices here. And 33 orders. I believe he's not building any decree here. He actually has a rebel unit here in his statesman seat that is finishing an elder officer next turn. He's already up to 16 training with just that master officer right now, and 2 barracks and tyranny. Not to miss the action here, he retreats with his damage skirmisher and attacks with the onager and his leader, killing a Roman spearman. He has the civics to enlist units, but probably saving it to something more valuable or for the law when citizenship finishes. He's also producing a miner now in the capital of Carthago, expanding his borders. An axeman, an archer, an onager, and walls, as we were talking about earlier, and a rancher in his second statesman city in the south with the boats. He's attacking with another onager here, an archer damaging the other Roman spearman here. Might be able to get another kill here with the archers that are left in the area. Comparing the economies, Carthage is earning quite a lot more gold. About the same in food, but Rome has quite a larger stockpile, 2,000 compared to 1,000, so none of them are really lacking in food. Bit more iron in Rome, but they're both lacking iron. More stone production in Carthage with almost 600 in stockpile, and doubling the rate of Rome. But the wood income is negative 23 for Carthage and plus 70 for Rome. More and more units are coming into this area Now I can see 4 archers inside the borders of the now, and 4 onagers. And with only 3 orders left, I believe he's not really finishing that spearman, unless he moves in maybe with this elite javelineer. Could be a possibility. No. Down to 1 order. And he didn't upgrade his leader before all this, so depending on which one he chooses, that might have been some damage that he missed, maybe from having Brave, for example. But that also means that onagers from Rome will fire next turn, doing about 5 damage each to the city. So we'll see how much troops anarkos will be able to get into the area. Seems like HazardBringsAxe went for Carpenter as the upgrade for his leader. Alright, no events. No, actually it was a influence event, I believe. So both the champions and statesmen are upset, and landowners are pleased. 40 orders, 39. Is it an upgrade maybe? I heard. Let's see. Might want to move out with the damaged units here. And depending on if he wants to move in with the ballista or not, this city could fall this turn. So he starts the attack with one of the units in the area here, this elite javelineer. I will keep the screen here, I'll be right back in about a minute or so. Alright, I'm back. So we see a retreat here from Rome, moving the onagers back to these central hills here, and taking an attack with a camel archer on, I believe it would be this fortified axeman in this fort here in the south. could be that he was a bit spooked by the African elephant in the area and all of his troops. One order left, not retreating with the damage units here. See, did he start any other worker moves? No, he's just moving around the military here. Maybe deciding to move into this southern city instead, which is a bit more developed and there's more room to maneuver around it. It does have this garrison and these forts, so that might make it easier for HazardBringsAxe to defend it, but it's not in this chokehold. Both of these sites have these hills to the west that could make it easier for Carthage to, as he has done here in the central area, to set up onagers and archers to attack into any Roman troops going into the area. And this city also has walls, so it has more HP, and since it has more citizens and a higher population, it is more does a higher defensive strength. Alright, so coming back to Carthage here, he has the option here to gain a new courtier, an 18-year-old exotic zealot, or gaining another discipline on his 49-year-old ruler that is now ill. He starts off with killing the left behind damaged Roman spearmen, and I believe this elite javelineer will probably also go down. Slight misuse here of the unlimited onagers. I believe this northern one was in range to attack the damaged spearmen, but using the central one means that he will need to use something else to kill this javelineer. Healing the axemen, assigning tactician, and moving some troops here into the south, attacking this camel archer that had moved forward. Starting some barracks here in Nora, the other statesman city. And was this? Was probably one of the backline African elephants that moved into the statesman city to deal with this rebel slinger. So HazardBringsAxe is doing some work moves here, building mines. Not really reacting too much to this Roman aggression. I believe that he's just trying to survive right now, and not really. There's not really a large plan for how to make a move or win in the next 20 or 30 turns or so. He did not take on another ambition, still only has the Holy War ambition. But continuing to build up his economy with building some rural specialists, trying to improve his science rate. I believe he finished the elder officer here in the statesman seat. That is producing almost 30 civics a turn. And that's it for the orders in Carthage. Building 4 new mines and some military buildings. And starting another axeman in the statesman seat. So all of these axemen are good against all of the spearmen in Rome. No heir, no spouse in Carthage, only the one courtier in the court, except for the leader, which is ill. So a bit of a precarious leadership situation in Carthage. We have 2 events. Another heir can start studies, and an unhappiness or discontent event where Rome could either spend or gain money to gain happiness, or become corrupt or gain a court minister. The rampant corruption in Massa, one of his 2 statesman cities, 3. Yeah, there's a 3rd one here in the north. So in total there's actually only 2 landowner cities, 4 champions and 3 statesmen. In my experience, it's common for landowners to be the most prominent family for that bonus in opinion of having most cities. But in this game, Anarkos has decided to prioritize the military production and city defense from the champions and the orders and civic production from the statesmen. So we see a lot of military movement here in the south. One of the legionnaires has moved all the way from the capital to this fort city of Aventicum with a zealot leader assigned. He seems to be leaving this damaged tribal unit. We'll see if he retreats. But right now Rome has 9 cities to Carthage's 8. So it's almost equalized now, with Carthage settling these 2 tribal city sites. So we have a manager here unlimbered in range of the forts here, Carthage. So he could start attacking those axemen there, doing 3 or 4 damage a turn with that onager. He's also moving one of the longbowmen closer in range there in the area. And mostly military production in Rome. He's building 1 gardener and 1 Jewish disciple. Oh wow, So he has marksman, eagle-eye, archer on one of these hills here in the south, attacking axe here in the fort, 5 tiles away, doing 4 damage. That is pretty cool. Yeah, the axeman is from an angry family, giving it 10% less defense, making that fort not really. It's still useful, but the effect is cancelling itself a little bit out. But yeah, that's cool. It's a very strong archer. But yeah, Anarkos is sacrificing this elite javelinier here. Another kill for Carthage. And tsunami, it's Carthage. And he sees that legionary with his scout. Hazard has really good scouting here with 4 scouts placed in forests around in the front, seeing both units in the front and if there's reinforcements moving into the area. So yeah, that tribal unit is picked off with the archer in the city. There's 2 Zoroastrian disciples here. And since he doesn't have monasticism, they can't really build anything, but they could spread Zoroastrianism if they want. Yeah, so that rebel slinger is taken care of. Oh, I didn't really notice this, but HazardBringsAxe is actually building the pyramids on top of this incense resource. Maybe he is aiming to get to legendary culture. There are a few really cool wonders there, and he has the stone income for it. So we might see either the Colosseum or the Circus Maximum coming out. I'm guessing those are the priority picks, but we'll have to see. Let's see. I don't really haven't noticed any moves here in the front. There's a camp here that was repaired. Maybe some units were moved forward. Yeah. Not really seeing where all the orders went. Maybe some new mines were started. No, Jebel Barkal. Here we go. So he has Zoroastrianism in every city. Yeah, so that's a nice grab. Be right back. Alright. Sorry about that. I think I got something in my throat. So we're back to Rome. Attacking with the onager. And we have an event. Hello, Mojo. Yeah, it's very late, pyramids. And hydraulics coming out next turn. One of the war elephants moving in here in the south. And he's rushing out another. Seems like he spotted one of the scouts here. And another legionary coming out in 2 turns. And continuing with the decrease as well. Seems like there was some event that made the air estranged from the regent. But it's been tutoring again. Seems like anarkos is not really in a rush to like make any big moves, but content to do some poking and maybe containing Carthage. But he is reinforcing with a lot of units, building some mines now, doing a lot of worker moves. Let's take a look. Yeah, so that citadel is finishing in 2 turns. 3 mines for 5 mines in construction. So that will help with producing more legionaries. And he's advancing even more now here in the front, putting a line of spearmen and status. Unlimbering another onager. And there's a third that could be unlimbered soon. And he's focusing his damage now on this axeman in the fort. Back to Carthage. He stays fortified, healing that axeman. No events. And the king is no longer ill. But his statesmen are furious. And the statesman ambassador is ill. So might get even worse soon. He is sending one disciple towards the front. We'll see. Maybe just a combat disciple for now. And he's attacking some of those horde units here. Focusing on the status with an archer and onager. One turn away from citizenship. I believe he must have either assigned some governors. Yeah, there's a diplomat here in the most recent city, Leptis Magna. So his riders are now cautious because he's down to 275 civics. Maybe there was another one assigned somewhere, maybe this builder. And he's unlimbering one onager in the city of Carthago Nova, upgrading a skirmisher. And moving more units into the area. He has 15 orders left. I think he can get a kill here, yeah. Picking off a spearman. But he cannot move through to kill more here. He could get some routes here if he goes for this status and this camel archer. But yeah, not really sure where he would get that extra damage from. He would need 6 more damage. And anything he moves into position there will be quite vulnerable. So he is assigning another general here. Repairing this mine, assigning more generals. Down to 17 training again. But with 150 coming in per turn, it increases quite fast. I'll be right back. Seems like he's moving that African elephant forward here. And that ambassador died actually. Or maybe it was assigned somewhere. Not really sure what happened. Oh, alright, so that that ambassador became a general. I see. So the commander is here in the back, gaining some extra experience, or giving some extra experience from the discipline. Among other things, we'll see if she survives. But yeah, the opinion is even worse now. I guess as a commander, she was mostly influencing the religions. Two orders left, a minute and a half. No workers to move. Let's take a look at the workers. So it's about even in improvements control, 93 for Rome and 81 for Carthage. But almost double the amount of workers in Rome, 23 produced compared to 14 in Carthage. And right now, I believe it's 8 of them working on different things. Yeah, so no, 8 worker units and 2 disciple units. 10 workers. All right. Letting the timer run out. Not sure. Maybe can't really see what to use his last orders for. Alright, we're back to Rome. Two events and hydraulics finished. So the air can become loyal or Neoplatonist. And one of the exploring airs has oh wow, it's this forest druids event, and can get 210 science or 420. Oh, and he moves in with one of the war elephants here, pushing the axeman out of the fort, taking counterattack damage from the tactician. So this war elephant is probably dead next turn. Trading it for an axeman is maybe not the best trade, but it was a very well fortified axeman on that fort. So if he follows it up, it could be a good trade. I believe that the Cree finished this turn, so he has some extra orders to work with as well. 7 minutes to think this through. There's not so many roads in this area, so moving the units around here and reinforcing is a bit more expensive than it would be for Carthage using this river in within its borders, the urban tiles, or the coast. Right now it's not really doing so much. It could anchor these ships to help out the naval movement. But yeah, we see the status taking attack, taking counter-attack damage, and this chariot taking the kill, also taking counter-attack damage. Another war elephant is moving in, attacking into all these tacticians, damaging all of his units here. But blocking that fort from Carthage, but not being able to use the defensive bonus himself though. Just gonna take a quick look here. Yeah, he still has 2 orders left on Carthage. So he has this onager left he could attack with, and this one, yeah. Moving in with the camel archer on top of this garrison, damaging this archer. So quite an aggressive move here, moving in with troops. And the legionary is over here, could go in. But yeah, risking enlistment if that one is going in too far. Oh, and we see another kill here. An onager dead. Using one of the camel archers and a chariot. Will he be able to follow it up with anything else? Is the question. Might not want to. Trading 2 for 1 is maybe not the best move. Let's see how many orders HazardBringsAxe has, if he's able to fight both in the south and here in the north with this onager strike force. Right, so another spearman moves in and an onager on limbers next to the southern one here. But yeah, attacking into these tacticians is take a lot of damage. Might have been better to just leave it there and not make the attack actually. Maybe he wants to get a kill, but yeah, it doesn't really have the orders for it anymore. He's researching Bodkin Arrow next. So he will have access to another 8 strength unit, the Longbowman. Right, moving in with another spearman here in the south. Standing on the other side of this this river. But the Carthaginian units can move around using those coastal tiles. Yes, I believe he took the signs, yeah, and the civics, making the air Neoplatonist. Starting up Ballista here in Aventicum. Another decree. and back to Carthage. So citizenship finishes, but he lacks the civics to either enlist or enact that law. Moving back with his strong leader archer, attacking that camel archer on the garrison. Attacking with this onager here. Yeah, I believe this will be bloody. A lot of kills are possible to get here. This damaged archer moves back, takes another kill. So yeah, that camel archer dies. Has some events here for an ambition, taking a wife. But let's focus here on the combat. So this spearman, I think, attacked the war elephant. And now he's focusing on that chariot here. Killing the chariot. Oh yeah, there was a war elephant here, so one camel archer, one hurt, and one war elephant dead. Now he's moving on this status with some of the tribal units. Not going in with his African elephants. It could have been a nice route, Shane. Okay, so also researching hydraulics. 11 turns for that. "12 orders left. Has some units here. Still hasn't attacked with this onager in the city, among others. Taking back those forts. Attacking that war elephant. Yeah, so Rome is in position now to respond. But it will cost a lot of orders to move troops into this area to fight. 5 losses for Rome, 2 kills. So good strike back from Carthage here. Let's see what he does for this northern onager strike force. I believe he could kill them quite easily, but it seems like he's not really focusing on that. Oh, he went in with his African elephant. Alright. Building mostly military units now. Archer, axeman, onager. 4 idle cities. Can't really buy more orders, so this northern strike force will survive. Ah, okay, so this elephant attacked the onager, so it's not unlimited anymore. We see another onager being queued up, a master officer in the capital, an axeman. Yeah, so I could put one of the birems here between his trader seat and the statesman city, and another one, I believe, right here. He would need like one more border to have a seamless flow, but even then, with a road on this hill or something like that, could get quite fast movement from the capital to the front line here. So yeah, ignored military advice, even worse opinion now, but riders are alright, so I got more training now, could buy more orders if he wants. And he married a tactician that is in love with him, but she's 38, I'm not sure if they will be able to get an heir, we'll see. And he took on this ambition to have 2 wonders. It would require him to start another wonder that's at least strong. Yeah, so either the Acropolis or Museum. Back to Rome. And he needs to have some kind of response here to not have thrown like this 5 units away for nothing. He is working on his ambition now, getting quite close to the required production, building more mines. 2 events, he can become either... Alright, he becomes a scholar. The heir is a scholar with 6 wisdom. Wow. And could take the throne next turn. But I believe that, yeah, there's no archives anywhere, so won't be able to make use of that bonus from the scholar. So that's the events taken care of. And let's see how he wants to use his orders. There's a lot of troops here in the back as well. One of the legionaries are finished. So even though Rome is stronger on this particular battlefield, it's quite even with the forces in play. A lot of the other forces are spread out. Okay, so he continues to move forward with his damaged camel archer, attacking one of the archers here in the back, attacking with his unlimited onagers here, doing splash damage, routing from the back with the chariot. Must have moved. Alright, so this camel archer went around here. This one in the north is still available. But those kind of moves cost a lot of orders, so it's down to 20 orders now. And it still has a lot of units here in the south that have not moved. The onagers have attacked, damaging a lot of units here, but he needs more damage on this axe to continue the route. See if he wants to do that or something else. Yeah, piercing through with one of the spearmen here, but that's not enough yet. Could maybe pierce through here if clear out more units here, but other than that he would need to move in with this longbowman maybe. Okay, so attacking this African elephant here that moved forward to attack the archer with one of the spearmen. Doesn't really have that many range units. Okay, there we go. The camel archer from the north dealt the extra damage needed to continue the route. So that's one elite skirmisher, an archer, and an axeman killed. The longbowman attacks this elite cloud thrower. Needs 5 more damage to continue the route. Could get that from his archer here. Or another spear or axe that is nearby. Yeah, goes in with the axe. Another kill here. That's 4 kills. The axe moves forward. Yeah, so 5 kills. But that's no more routing potential from that chariot. 1 order left for Rome. Maybe he wants to move something forward. It's so expensive to move around this area. I would have liked to see maybe a biome here in the south, or roads, or continuing to attack this northern city, but here we go. Yeah, so he moved, maybe bought an order, moved back with his archer and unlimbered it. 3 cities available to choose production queues. He's rushing a ballista here in Aventicum, I believe for population. Starts another legionary in Roma. I guess the horses are coming from this landowner city with 13.2 training in production. Alright, so Jewish disciple is started the turn after the citadel is finished, because he doesn't have enough iron to... he could spend his money, but it's very expensive. It would cost like over 2,000 to buy all that iron, so it's good to he's building all his mines. So Jewish disciple and a slinger. Not going for an archer. I guess he's building a slinger to be able to upgrade it to a longbowman later. Back to Carthage. These spearmen are blocking any easy routes, but these camel archers are going down. Two events. A strong culture event in Cartena to gain 1 bonus XP. And event with his wife. Alright, so 2 kills. The camel archers are dead. Let's take a look quickly at the military score. Bit of a dip from both players. Last turn Rome was at 2,392 and Carthage was at 1,574 in military score. 28 orders left for HazardBringsAxe. He goes forward with one of his axemen, attacks this spear, and his very strong leader archer finishes it off. I think another axe attacks this more southern spearman, And he moves forward with an onager and limbers it. So there's 3 unlimbered onagers here. One is in the city, but these 2 are right next to each other. But yeah, that chariot is dead, so a spear, a chariot and 2 camel archers are dead. And there is 1 more chariot here. Alright, so there's another horse resource in this city of Hispalis in Rome. So there are more mounted units in Rome. But I don't believe... yeah, he can see it with the scout, so he has very good information in Carthage. Promoted one of these axes here with tough or strike, healing some of his damaged units. Might not be trying to kill this spearman. So some more rebels spawned here in the back. An axeman and a slinger from the statesman. This furious opinion is giving 15% of rebels spawning each turn, and I believe he doesn't really have anything to counteract that. He's in slavery, not freedom, and doesn't really have any theology. So some unit would probably need to go back to deal with this. Okay, so an African elephant goes down here on the other side of the river, pushes this spearman away. Still has a lot of units in the north here. Could go south with some of them. Promotes his ballista with warden. That's a strong promotion, strong defensive promotion. Ballista with warden, brave and fierce. That's terrifying for melee units in this area. But yeah, it doesn't seem to be reacting to these rebels that have spawned. And I guess he's saving the civics for a law, maybe divine rule for 3x orders, or legal code for extra civics. That could also be interesting. Six orders left. 4 minutes for Carthage. Finishing walls in Senal next turn. Leptis Magna already has their walls. Seems like he has walls in almost every city except the 2 most western ones. Alright, some more mines started here. Pyramids next turn. 1 order. Alright, so moving that African elephant inside his borders so it can heal. Moving it a bit closer to the front. No response. Alright, so he attacked the slinger with his bireams. But no response for this axeman. I guess 1 axeman is coming up next turn to deal with that. And could also use this archer from Sulci. But yeah, that's a lot of kills again. 4 kills. Let's see if Anarkos can respond. A lot of the units he has in this area now is getting a bit damaged. And Carthage has retaken his forts. So yeah, the scholar takes the throne. And now he has furious champions. And upset landowners and statesmen. This oligarch is estranged and angry, so yeah. Both players having problems with opinion in their families. And for Rome it's a bit more troublesome because Champions is his main military family, and each unit has 20% less strength. That's brutal. So we look at this axeman. That's a warrior now. It's not an axeman anymore. Yeah, not good times, and he's so far away also from dealing with that opinion. He needs like 200 opinion from thin air. There's no diplomats, so yeah, it's discontent problem. Can't really be rushing things anymore. Has some luxury resources he could send, but each one would only give 20, so that's 80 opinion could give to the champions. Would want to finish some of his ambitions here. 88 legitimacy on turn 101 is a bit low. He's dealing with a sandstorm now here in the back line. Moving forward with a chariot. And attacking this middle chokehold city of Thinauer. Just throwing in this has status there, and unlimbering an onager in range. So kind of a two-pronged attack, but yeah, this southern force is damaged, and he's kind of just leaving it there. There are some kills to be picked up for HazardBringsAxe. Yeah, I'm not sure if I already showed it. Mojo was asking about relative power and orders. I guess you've seen the orders now from between the turns. It's been quite even now. In the graph it's 34 to 35 orders. And military score is an advantage for Rome. Almost 1,000 more military score at 2,400 compared to 1,570 for Carthage. But yeah, that's the orders for Rome. Starting another attack here in the north, leaving a lot of damage units here in the south. Attacking with the onagers and archers. But leaving, yeah, this spearman to die. Producing more military from almost all of his cities, except for Decree and Jewish disciple. So yeah, if he could switch religion, that would help a bit. But yeah, he would need another oligarch, preferably with positive opinion. That would probably make him not furious anymore, at least, because that minus 20 is not good. Not good, to say the least. We're out of orders, queuing up slingers and camel archer. Has quite a nice stockpile of wood. Finishing bottom arrow in 7 turns, but only producing 29 training at the moment, so we need to maybe do some council or something to gain the training necessary to do any mass upgrades. Sending the turn back to Carthage, who didn't lose any units, so I think HazardBringsAxe has been killing more units so far. He gains the event to conscript some militia if he wants from the attacked city, and he finishes the pyramids, boosting now his legitimacy to about 140. So that's almost 50 legitimacy difference now. Let's see, so I don't miss anything. Yeah, he's attacking with his onagers here in the back. That's 3 onagers attacking, doing a lot of damage to all of these units that moved in. I'll take a quick look at units lost stat. So it's actually about even, 20 for both players, 21. Yeah, so he's using his archers and onagers to pick off these 3 units that move forward, sending in an elite skirmisher to kill the last one. 25 orders left. Still has this rebel problem, but yeah, some units were produced now. Has some workers available. And he has a lot of units here in the south. Attacks with the onager, getting another kill. That's 5 kills already. Yeah, all these 3 onagers attacked, so that was 2 units killed here, I think. There's a ballista from Rome here now in the front as well. But yeah, this weekend champions units are not so difficult for Carthage to deal with. This longbowman with 6.4 strength is weaker than his this highly promoted archer with the leader on it with 6.5 in attack. It's not often you see an archer with more attack than a longbowman has in defense. Yeah, that is turn 100 master officer being built in Carthago. But I think from the perspective of Carthage, he's thinking that this might be a longer game. With he's defending right now. He's still weaker than Rome. Now they are similar actually. But Rome has this science advantage, and seeing these legionnaires coming onto the field, I don't think HazardBringsAxe feels like he's in a position to start attacking. So he will need to increase his science rate in some way, or at least find a way to be able to produce the units necessary to go on the offensive. I'm not sure he will be able to go for a points victory. So with 8 cities, let's say they're all strong. That's 24 points. He still needs another 22, and he doesn't have that much from wonders and things like that. So yeah. Seems like this game will continue for quite some time. The way it stands right now. Anarkos has not really been in a position to use his strength, and now with the new heir taking the throne, he needs to fix his opinions. Alright, so we moved this axeman to fight the rebel. So that's kind of the advantage for Carthage here, that his angry family is not his main military one, it's the statesman, which of course is not nice, but when most of his units are from the riders, he can defend more easily. Picking up another kill here. I guess he took the militia here. I see 2 militia. So yeah, he conscripted the prisoners. Picking up another kill, so that's 6 units killed this turn. And when Jebel Barkal finishes, Carthage will have an order advantage with all the temples being built. Let's see, another onager unlimbered here in the south. That's 4 onagers now there, 4 in the middle here. That's a lot of onagers. Another one, 2 more being produced. Another one coming out in 2 turns. 2 more coming out in 7 turns. Still a very strong stone income in Carthage. 21 turns from legendary culture in Carthago. So still time if he wants to save for a legendary wonder. But if he needs to build a strong one, he might not be able to build so many more onagers for lack of stone. Yeah, so some heals in the front here. Moving some units forward. Not attacking. Yeah, he was attacking this Stinger here with his bireams. Down to 8 HP. And we're back to Rome. 2 events. The heir's brother has a event for converting to Judaism. Could spend a lot of civics to give him a strength trait or some XP for free. And one of the exploring heirs is promoted. Alright, so Rome is retreating now from the south. He sees that it's not really working out. Spending a lot of orders doing that, healing up where he can, backing off with pretty much everything. 2 orders left. Maybe I missed the event, but now the statesmen are angry as well. Let's see, no rebels spawned. Yes, so he has the veneration theology, so that helps him a bit. If we take a look at Roma here, there's only 10%, or only and only, it's still 10% rebel probability. But not 15, as it would be if we didn't have that theology. Starting a windmill here. Yes, I think that's pretty much it for Rome. Quick turn, retreating, and starting a windmill. And it still needs to increase his stone and wood production a bit to be able to finish the legacy. And I don't think he will be able to enact autarky within 19 turns. There's too much tech he needs to go through. But he's up again now, above 100 science a turn. Back to Carthage. As the Iron Sharpens Iron event with the head of the Zoroastrianism. Could gain courage or influence him, the patriarch. So he has a lot of orders now. He doesn't really have that many workers to do stuff with. He has enacted legal code, so he has 60 civics per turn coming in from that. Could go for colonies next turn, start buying tiles if he wants to, but doesn't really have that much money. And with no hunter's family, that's not really something he needs to use so much, even though it's of course still helpful. So to use all these orders, either he needs to go on the offensive a bit with some of his units, or build more workers, or get doctrine, but he doesn't have monasticism yet, so it's far away still. But yeah, probably this turn and maybe the next one he will be able to shuffle things around, do some healing, promotions, whatever. But soon after that he might find himself with too many orders and not enough to do with them. Nine turns until the Triple Bark Hall. Needs could start a museum maybe in 4 turns. He could send some workers shopping. I guess that's a good option. He has some forts here on the hills, some up here in the north. All of this could be shopped up, and that would help him with the negative wood rate right now, and if he wants to build a museum. Building that in Carthago is at least what could be like 9, 10 science. Yeah, could be pretty good. So we see some promotions and heals on the front line. A little bit of unit shuffling. Dealing with the rebels here, moving this archer forward. And some work moves. Starting a hamlet. 2 hamlets. Still has 6 workers, 4 workers available. Rome has still groves he could build, especially up here in the central city of Florentia. Oh no, those are actually Juvanum's honey tiles. It's a camp or an elephant. But yeah, would be nice to see him finish up this ambition to increase his legitimacy. Let's see these events. So some trouble here with the heirs and opinion. Another exploration event. Get some more science, but only 44 this time. Or a lot of training, but then the exploring duchess will become superstitious. And we have an ambition from the pagans, which both require legendary culture. And I think he's quite far away from legendary culture. Roma is the highest culture producing city, and that's still 43 turns away from legendary culture. Yeah, so none of those ambitions will be easy to do, and that would give him more discontent in the landowner seat. The retreat continues here. That's a lot of units moved back, a lot of orders used in that. He has almost all of his workers idle right now. That's 17 idle workers. I believe none of them... Oh, it's minor windmill being built. Oh, I see we have some viewers now. Hello everyone. Yeah, so I think this is slowing down a bit now. We had some back and forth here for a bit. Rome poking at Carthage and being pushed back with all of these onagers and archers and other units holding the ground. But he still has an advantage in science, in laws. But yeah, this political situation now, also the landowners are angry. None of the families in Rome are happy with him right now. They didn't like this failed aggression, maybe, to do some role playing. Yeah, so the science graph is quite dominant here. We have doubled the science rate in Rome, and almost double total produced. 6,600 total for Rome and 3,700 for Carthage. And I believe those exploration events has been in favor of Rome as well. So yeah, that's a lot of science in Rome, and it's like forestry, land consolidation. Manor is working Balkan Arrow. He's finished hydraulics. Has boat wheel. So there's a lot of techs in Rome that Carthage does not have. We will see what HazardBringsAxe can cook up. he has the wonders advantage, the pyramids enacted, or I mean finished, so we can enact laws cheaper. Working on the Jebel Barkal. And with hydraulics in 7 turns, it will be even more difficult for Rome to go in with, because his 8 strength units will be infantry units, both the longbowmen and the legionaries, so might be difficult to advance. We see some shopping being done now, some forest here. It's not clear cutting, but leaving them cut. Oh wow, this axeman has been pillaging 2 barracks and a mine. He only has 2 turns left to repair that mine. 4 turns on this village here in Nora. But yeah, I believe that slinger is gonna die this turn. Carthage is continuing building military units here in the front, some axemen. Axemen also here in the back, so a lot of axemen being built. Let's compare now. So we have 5 axemen in Carthage, and I don't think that Rome has been building spearmen for a while. So yeah, we're down to 8 spearmen. All right. So he's moving some units forward here, moving some units north. Managed to kill that axeman, repairing the barracks here. Seven orders left. He's influencing the statesman oligarch. They're still angry, but I believe they were furious before, so that's an improvement. Down to 10% rebel chance each turn. Starting a barracks here in Leptis Magna. Doing some more work moves. Another barracks here in the south in Carthago Nova. Not really saving his stone that much. So maybe not really eyeing those wonders or prioritizing it too highly. Still, barracks in these military family cities is always nice to have. I will be right back. Alright, I'm back. Seems like it's been mostly worker moves for anarkos this turn. Starting another windmill here. Some quarries, water mill, windmill here by the lumber mills. Dealing with some rebels of his own here. Archer that popped up. Lumber mill here in the capital, quarry. And there's a biome actually. Must have missed that. But yeah, he's building huge discipline, legionary, stonecutter. Yeah, there's some mobile resources there. But he already has stonecutters here, so yeah, it's just to expand the borders. Alright, back to Carthage here. Let's see what he is cooking up. Some oligarch shenanigans. Alright. He's up to the victorious. Maybe I missed that, but yeah, 150 legitimacy in Carthage. And is considering to adopt Zoroastrianism as state religion. Must have had it before, maybe some event removed it. Alright, so he saved the village here from disappearing. Has one more worker available. Guess it must be one in the front. Let's see. Yeah, so that one finished the mine probably. So I believe that HazardBringsAxe is quite a lot ahead now in civics production. Yeah, so he has 129 civics per turn compared to 48 in Rome. And he has the pyramids. So I think there's like a slight advantage now with the family opinions. This zealot leader with the orders. I guess it's not until the Jebel Barkal finishes in 7 turns, and then the leader might be dead. But wouldn't be completely unreasonable to see him advancing a bit. Of course, it's scary with the 8 strength units on the other side, but if he could enlist a legionary or two, or like one of these longbowmen, that would be very good for Carthage. But I don't think that's what he's planning to do, and he still has possibility to do some shopping or moving around some troops. Doing some upgrades maybe. He doesn't really have that high training income. But there's still maybe there are still some travel units to upgrade. Maybe not. That might be barbarian units that has moved forward. Yeah, he's fortifying here in the south, adding some promotions. Highlander, Onager, amphibious axeman. Moving around the troops here a bit. Yeah, he still has 12 orders left. So, let's say I'm Carthage in this situation and I want to go on the offensive. I guess taking position here in the hilly terrain here in front of the city will be like the first step. Posting an onager somewhere here, maybe some units in front, and pushing back the Roman units a bit more. Then probably moving north towards this statesman city. They're both on hills, even though the graphics look like they're below the adjacent hills. But yeah, all the onagers are further back here in Jöbanum. So Florentia is a bit more exposed to aggression. We see him start a quarry here in Carthago Nova. Not really moving the scouts. Can't really do any other tricks to use up orders. If he could build monasteries, might have been possible to like start a monastery and then cancel it. I think you can do a poor man's forest shop that way. Might be wrong though. Back to Rome, we have 6 events: strong culture event, origin of the state, get some family opinion for once, bulla, amulet for the brother, the heir, and monsters of the deep could gain some more science or some strengths, experience, training. Governor can be upgraded. Another governor can be upgraded. A lot of governors. Alright, and the leader here could become warlike, robust, vigilant, or swift. That's a big choice. So robust would help to counteract the difference in legitimacy and help him use all of his workers now. There's still a lot of them idle. Alright, so he's actually doing family gifts with his chancellor to improve the champion's opinion. Yeah, looking at the tech tree, he's aiming for stirrups next and battle line, focusing on those military techs. I guess also architecture for bots, I would assume. So he has used some orders here, started another mine. And some quarries maybe, or maybe that was last turn already. Yeah, I believe that was started last turn. Here was another windmill started. A grove, 2 groves, yeah. Finally he's getting that honey online. That would also help with discontent, at least slowing down the rate in his champion cities. We have another rebel spawned here. And he killed another rebel here. Building more slingers, ballista, trapper. That wouldn't increase the borders, but it would help him with getting more orders. And it's a landowner city, so it's a cheaper trapper to build. Let's see what he wants to build in his capital. And he still has all the events to go through. Probably thinking about what to do with those. All of these mills will help him even more and grows, like getting more ahead in science. I don't see anything comparable going on right now in Carthage. Yeah, I think robust or warlike, maybe swift could be interesting for the leader. Some family opinion could be nice. So his palace is that's a strong city already, yeah, so it doesn't really need more culture there. Might want to pay to make the brother endear to him, I'm not sure, or maybe just move around some stats. Let's see, yeah, no, okay, so I got the family opinion from that event. And let's see, he's building a worker in Rome, in the capital. Oh, it chose to curse the heir, actually. Curse the heir for +2 courage on him. Some sibling rivalry there, cursing your own brother. And what did he choose? He took the science from the exploration event, making the king both a tracker and a naturalist, so boosting the lumber production. So it's over 100 now in lumber. Only needs the stone to finish that legacy. And yes, which camera was it? I think, yeah, it was the one here in the statesman seat. So maybe that one also became a naturalist. Some more rebels from the prison conscripts event. Can gain 420 training or another militia. But yeah, those rebels were easily taken care of. There was 2 archers. No damage taken in how many units there? 23 orders left. One of the oligarchs has become power hungry. That's the statesman oligarch, which is also severely ill. But it's one that is +50 opinion of the king, so next one could be worse. We'll have to see, of course. Yeah, he took the training from the prisoners conscripts event. Building military units in every city either axemen or onagers, except for the master officer in Carthago. But yeah, he's not really like the pace of converting his resources into more economic advantage. That's like what Rome is doing more now. They're similar in strength. Carthage is focusing on military mostly. Doesn't really have that many workers. Not really advancing though. So in a way, he's falling further behind. He started building the Ishtar Gate now. So maybe he's going for that points victory actually. Maybe. Would probably need to spread his religion more. Maybe get some shrines up. I don't know. He has religion in every city, I guess with the temples as well. So temple gives 3 culture a turn. So yeah. Yeah. Maybe he's going for the points. Quite interesting. Will Rome be able to breach him? Still no real heir in Carthage though, so when this very good zealot leader dies, it will be interesting to see what happens. So, okay, so he started the Ishtar Gate, he's building a courthouse, some nets. There's one worker that has been moving, maybe shopping, probably not. Maybe he's coming here to repair. Yeah, so it's slowing down a bit, but I feel like this is still probably favoring Rome, with the mills getting online earlier, with the groves, building some specialists, even though they are rural. There's an apprentice officer being built in Aventicum. Because that science rate, it can kind of snowball in this way, where you get access to more economic buildings and laws and stuff. Let's see, another rebel spawned. Camel Archer on the chariot. And tactic studies. The heir becomes... Is that the heir? No, the brother, the cursed brother becomes a zealot. Okay, so that's opposing archetypes as well. Yeah. So cursed zealot heir that doesn't like us. And you could use the scholar ability now. I could go for metaphysics, get the archives up in every city. the portcullis and architecture are targeted, so maybe that's something he's considering. He doesn't have masticism either, but with growth already up, that could also be interesting. I like architecture though, for that happiness, and not sure where. It probably could try to expand his borders and build them over here. But yeah, could build them in new city is easy, and that's up to 7 discontent. Yeah, so the paths would be easy to build there. Here would be a little bit tricky. It would need maybe a hamlet or a shrine or something to expand the paths. And here I don't think he has any fresh water. But yeah, these front cities have quite easy access to water to build the paths. Here as well. This river. And of course the portcullis is nice if you have access to some agents. You see there's quite a lot of heroes. There's 2 schemers, 3 schemers. But yeah, that one is not available. Building legionary, starting a quarry. Yeah, so it's getting there with the legacy. Oh, and actually, Anarkos snipes the museum. He starts it in this quite forward champions city. Not sure why he decided that was the best place for it. It is because that's his highest science rate city. Now why is that? It is because he has all of these groves there. There's 4 wine resources. And there's 2 gardeners. So yeah, that was his best place for the museum, surprisingly enough. Alright. So if HazardBringsAxe wants to complete his ambition, he needs to build the Acropolis, which costs 1,200. No, even more, because... No, yeah, it's a strong one. So yeah, 1,200 stone. So Narcos is creating a bit more even defense here, upgrading a lot of longbowmen as well. Guess he has more slingers to upgrade if he wants to. But yeah, he's lacking the training. Another rebel forms in Carthage here in Utica, the statesman seat. And the new family head is actually upset. Yeah, so the statesmen are furious again. And the ambassador is ill. A 30-year-old ambassador. That is not helping either with a bitter and ill ambassador. Let's see, so he has 23 orders left. He has been attacking with some units there with the rebels. Does he have any more workers to move? Hamlet was finished here. And he has this riders worker. I guess that's coming here to repair that barracks. But yeah, no more workers being built. Not really using the orders for shopping. This seems like a turn where he's kind of wasting workers unless he can figure something creative out or start moving his military in some way. And I believe that yeah, he can still see the opinion here, so you can still see that the champions are furious with Anarkos. So he begins influencing the new statesman oligarch. It's quite interesting that food is so expensive, even though both players have huge stockpiles. So that could be an opportunity to sell off some food. So yeah, okay, so he's fortifying another unit here in the south. Doesn't seem like he's keen on making a move. Healing one of the biomes here. So yeah, it would need like 10 turns of just saving stone, building nothing else, and then is it like 14 turns, so 24 turns to finish that ambition for his 59-year-old leader that is ill. Might even be difficult to finish the legacy if he dies soon. And he keeps spending the stone. So yeah, that's two ambitions that he probably won't be able to finish anytime soon, or might actually take legitimacy hits from. And when this leader dies, that's 50 legitimacy. That's halved. Guess he's not losing that much from the older leaders' cognomens. But yeah, I could be looking at coming down to close to 120, 110 legitimacy within 10 years. No, I guess it has to be more because the legacies has to expire, so yeah. Could be offset with the cognomen from the new ruler. Yeah, it's moving some troops forward here. What else is happening? Assigning some generals. Fortifying. Yeah, so it seems like he figured out something to do with all those orders. 3 city build queues open, some axemen finished. Yeah, I guess I'm moving those forward. Was part of what used up most of those orders. Doesn't have access to chariots, but I guess you could just build like, yeah, it lacks the wood. You could have built the elephants. Has so much food. Going for apprentice officer. Yeah, that's also a good move. I mean, even though it's quite late into the game. back to Rome. Yeah, you want to have apprentice officers in every city that was had an open mill queue. So in Rome we have more rebels, a spearman and a slinger, I believe. Yeah. So the slinger and is killed, and a camel archer from last turn. Oh, and now he needs more food now. He's almost finished this mission. That's a bit annoying. Yeah, food can be tricky when the cities go up in culture level or get more citizens. Building an apprentice poet in Roma. And a forum in his palace. Only military unit in production is the legionary in the landowner seat forum level. And the longbowmen in the frontier in the Florentia. Upgraded another unit here, probably a slinger. So he's stronger than Carthage now again. I can take a look at the military score. So yeah, these are the upgrades. Almost, it's like 800 more military score. Seems like he's focusing mostly on worker moves. Doing some military moves here in front. Unlimbering an onager, moving another one forward. Some longbowmen. Still has a lot of idle civilian units. I don't think I saw any farms getting started. So I guess the grows should be enough. So yes, 2 grows finishing in 2 turns. So that could push him over the edge. And does he have any cities that are increasing culture? Let's take a look at it. Yeah, so yes, no cities are increasing culture. Can I take a look at growth? 7 turn citizen, 1 turn in. That's developing. Yeah, so it's. Oh no, might not be able to finish that ambition with just the growth. Some citizens are being built. And they're finishing next turn, yeah. Bit of a miss. So back to HazardBringsAxe. We have some unhappiness from this courtier in Sulci. But he gains 210 civics. Then the traders oligarch either holds favor or starts plotting against the king. But that is a severely ill oligarch, so I guess you could roll the dice and let him start plotting and gain that extra discipline. Okay, so he legitimized his bastard. So there is an heir now? No. He's giving the queen consort, his spouse, some kind of title for either legitimacy, civics, or food. So we've been playing now for almost 3 hours. Let's see how long they are planning on continuing. Would be nice for me to be able to finish soon. That's a bit tricky to deal with, that spearman. So let's see. He took the legitimacy from the spousal event. But yeah, I'm not sure where that bastard... Let's take a look. The event was for this character. And alright, so that's the head of the statesman. But I wonder if who was the parents? Can't seem to see that here. Yeah, I don't really know, because it's not an heir. It improves his opinion because now that heir is cautious, plus 50 instead. But looking at the inheritance, there's not really any characters. There's only the wife, and I'm not sure. Maybe she would take over if he dies. We'll see when it happens. This is not something I really know the intricacies of. Alright, so this scout was pushed out here by the Roman forces, so there's a timer now. 4 more turns of hidden. Alright, so he's actually building a pasture. Some pastures here in Rome. I didn't see that. So we might be able to finish that ambition anyway. Best time. Back to similar in power. Take a look in the military score, yeah. The ratio is decreasing, I guess. They're both increasing similarly. 650 more, about something like that for Rome in military score. So we have 1 idle worker, 2 citadels are idle. Building a fort in the front. Maybe this one is new as well. Yeah, a quarry being built. So the onager was finished here. Probably the master officer was finished in Carthago. Yeah. Still has 13 moves. I guess he doesn't really know what to do with them. So this is what I was talking about before, like either you start trading some military moves, go forward and attack, or you use it either if you have the orthodoxy law or buying tiles with colonies or something. So he's using some extension time here. Attacking that rebel spearman. Because that's one way you can kind of use those exoders in this position. If you don't have to do a full-scale invasion, but if you start trading a bit with your opponent, it doesn't have the same time to use orders for work moves and things like that. So even if there's an imbalance in the amount of workers, there's still some place to be made. Yeah, so it looks like he should be able to finish this ambition. 2 turns, 4 turns left on the legacy. Let's see. We had a power-hungry ambassador that is pleased now. Looking at opinions, it's still furious. Champions. The oligarch is 6 years old. Still looking healthy. The Chancellor finished the family gifts, I think. Yeah. Is that only plus 20? I don't know if something happened. Received gifts from ruler, 40 years. Yeah. Maybe there was an event. Yeah, exactly. This devoted followers. So you got half the strength from that mission. Oh, where did that scout come from? Maybe it was there all the time. Back in the Agent Africana. Maximus of Roma. Agent De Lawrence. And 2 scouts. Alright. An amphitheater has started in Roma. That will help a bit with discontent. And he has a Jewish monastery pinned. Yeah, some monasteries are pinned. So he went for monasticism instead of the other options. Building a barracks. So no baths. Yeah. The economy is looking very healthy now. Dealing with some rebels here. And I think he still has a lot of idle workers. No wife yet for the ruler though, and he's ill for some reason. Seems like he's doing a few moves here in front as well. This longman could finish that spearman. Seems like he went with the war elephant instead, gaining another level. Oh, he's moving his scout now. Sacrificing it. A bit, maybe that's something you want to do at the start of the turn. Upgraded another longbowman here. Okay, so Carthage picks up that scout with the archer in the city. Has 4 idle workers, 4 idle cities. No real events happening. We managed to exert influence on the statesman oligarch and a new traders oligarch. Managed to kill that rebel spearman as well. In Nora, his second statesman city. Starting another quarry. And he has hydraulics next turn. There's a lot of different techs available that would be useful for him. Scholarship, monasticism, metaphysics, forestry, drama, spoked wheel. I guess spoked wheel is maybe the only one that is maybe not that needed, since he has the elephants instead that can route. So yeah, I think that's a worker that is moving forward, maybe doing some more roading. Tradesman worker. Traders. That fort is finished. I will go grab some food. Be right back. Alright, I'm back. What have we missed? Some garrison started here in Carthage. And he managed to finish the legacy, nice. That's another way also to increase for losing some units. Guess scouts don't really have any upkeep. So rebel spearman killed. Yeah, a lot of improvements finished. So we started a courthouse, range, ministry started, another range. Yeah, a lot of worker turns, it looks like. And building forums, decree, specialists. Still only building like the 8 strength units, the longbowmen and the legionary, which still are only infantry, so the ballista from Carthage will be able to deal with them, but right now I still think it's only the one ballista so far, even though yeah, that one it has focus now as well, so yeah, that's a really scary ballista. Miner here seems to like those rural specialists. That probably is increasing borders as well. Where is it? Okay, yeah, he's down there. So hydraulics is discovered. He could start building some ballista right now. Oh yeah, grow was started over here as well. So what is this worker doing? He's force marching it. Maybe that was a misclick. Okay, so I went for forestry over monasticism, I guess would be my other option. But yeah, he really needs that that wood income. Building a barracks here, I guess, yeah. Must have misclicked or something. Okay, he changed his mind. Will be even more difficult now with the wood rate then, delaying forestry. But yeah, this helps helps him use the disciples and maybe get some more science out, even though there's no growths that are boosted from the monasteries. Maybe he'll get some monks as well. No ballista started. Maybe he will start one over here. He has the carpenter. Yeah, so each siege unit gets 50 extra XP. Going for the fisher instead in his trader seat. And we're back to Rome. So the 27-year-old leader is severely ill, but he is now married at least. The brother is still the heir, the cursed zealot. And no other really interesting. Alright, so we saw a reroll of the text, and he is now going for scholarship instead of architecture. Seemingly content with this furious families. I'm not sure. Like, all of these cities are still generating quite a lot of discontent. That's the lowest one possibly, with 3. Yeah, we have one with actually positive rate. But they're like all so high, except the most recently built city hasn't had enough time to become so discontent, and that's even without so much rushing, I believe. Yeah, when you're getting like over turn 100, this becomes a problem when your legitimacy isn't really that good as well. Yeah, I think we have a worker here. Maybe he's gonna build a windmill or something. What else is happening? Yeah, we started Some monasteries here. Council. Doesn't really seem like any player really sees a clear way to victory right now. Might be the points. But that would be easier for Rome with the extra city. So maybe they're like kind of fight over the wonders. There's still a lot of them left that are quite good. Not really sure what's going on. But yeah, stone is almost the cheapest resource, but it's also the one that both players are like needing the most. And still the food price is increasing for some reason. But none of them really need more food. Not really sure what that's about. Guess that's some more troops being moved forward here. From the back lines, yeah. Some legionaries. So, how many legionaries do we have in Rome right now? That's 4. And 3 has status. How many? Let's see. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 longbowmen. Yeah, so Rome is stronger again. But it's not doing more like family opinion missions or could do some intercessions with the displeased head of the Judaism. And I guess it's mostly for the statesmen, but yeah, it could also be converting people. But yeah, we're back to Carthage. So yeah, we have a air event. The courtier could become an heir. Another zealot, an exotic zealot. And another rebel is formed, an axeman in Cartana. So how far are we from? It's 1 turn away from the Jebel Barkal. That would be pretty cool when it comes out. And it's only Saracen temples that could come out. I guess maybe one temple for the Jews could come out here in this frontline city. We'll see which one it becomes. And if it's the Zora temples, they will also increase the happiness a bit. from the dualism theology. Looking at the discontent situation of Carthage, it's also quite bad. Discontent 7 in many cities, not really managing to decrease it, but the I guess he's still managing to stack up more positive bonuses for the riders. They also like barracks and general, so in a way they can be a bit easier maybe than the champions to boost the opinion. Alright, we see a pause here for some reason. Gonna see if they're written something in Discord. No. Nothing there, nothing here. Don't believe I can see the chat either. Yeah, not really sure what's happening. Yeah, it seems like it's mostly worker moves still. General was assigned over here on this African elephant. But yeah, the timer still paused, sent back to Anarkos now. Let's see if he starts doing any moves. Or what's going on. But yeah, that young scholar king is actually doomed already. Doesn't seem to be doing any orders. Maybe I missed the chat. Can't seem to open any chat history either. Alright, the timer is started again. Alright, so Anarkos adopted monotheism. Got some civics here from an event from the Cohen. And gave support for the Jews. They took on a lover. And yeah, that border situation seems to be going in favor of Anarkos now. Has a A lot of construction going on as well. But yeah, that was after enacting monotheism, so yeah, that's 9 extra orders. And yeah, this does not help with his legitimacy. Continuing to move his forces forward here. The legionary, 2 legionaries healing the one that was damaged. There's a spearman here in the south and a chariot. Started a camp here with the worker. Still building the museum, moving around some other workers here. Maybe will that be a mine or quarry? All of these like urban buildings, it costs a lot of stone. Would be cool if some of them, like either Rome or Carthage, went for the Silicaia. It's quite cheap wonder that can do a lot of difference with that, those plus 20 extra civics in every city. Since I think he has Judaism in every city by now. It's maybe one, no, it's in every city, yeah. Same with the necropolis, could be nice with spreading those shrines around. Dapadana. Guess it's not really in need of extra money, but yeah. There's a lot of nice wonders. That's kind of the thing you give up when you're building so many other buildings that cost stone. We're back to Carthage. Soon done with some of these apprentice officers. Continuing to build onagers, X-Men, Archer. Archer rebel spawned in the capital. But he has an Axeman here close by that could deal with it. So yeah, he has the temples now to place and an influence event with the matriarch. You could pay to make her endeared. Guess that's could be worth it. Yeah. So now he has friendly traders and the riders, they're only angry now at minus 100. So yeah, he got the Saracen temple in 10 hours. So yeah, that will be 8 Saracen temples. Get them in closer in the order economy, and then 5 turns to monotheism as well. It's another 8 orders. Maybe he will go for orthodoxy after that and start rushing out some units, but he still has the he also has problem with the family opinion. I guess none of the players has, I mean, I don't think Carthage even has drama, which is one of the ways where you can kind of slow down a bit with the theater and more with the amphitheater early on. That discontent. Of course, religion helps. And then I guess you would need baths or a lot of luxuries. So Rome has the advantage in that way with all the grove resources. But yeah, he has the about 70 more legitimacy now, kind of doubling. Got a better cognomen now, the lion. Yeah, so I guess all the rebels are helping him get a better cognomen. This is killing more military units. And since he has the extra orders, it's not that bad to deal with the rebels, except I guess the pillaging is annoying. Alright, so moving the worker here. Starting a windmill and unlimbering the archer here. So that archer should die next turn. We got an event from one of the temples being built. Decided to pay some legitimacy to make the Zoroastrian head of religion also endeared. So yeah, now that's plus 285 opinion for the Zoroastrianism, which makes the statesmen now cautious. They're not furious or angry anymore. And he is converting the rider's head to Zoro. Are there any other Zoro members in the rider's family? No, they're all pagan. But yeah, he has the civics to do this kind of stuff now, and with the Zoro religion being so much more happy with him than the pagan, it's a worthwhile investment to try to get the families to change religion. Yeah, he's blocking the force here, so this Roman scout has 3 turns to move. He's advancing with an onager here, unlimbering it in the north. There's an axeman here that's made a move. Quarry that was started by a worker. And that windmill that we saw earlier on. But yeah, they're similar now in military power. Kind of increasing at the same pace. Still about 600, 700 more military score in Rome than in Carthage. With some ballistas and with this difference in opinion, I think it could be interesting to try to push that like unit by unit advantage, even though Rome has longbows and the legionaries. I think it could be possible for Carthage to make some favorable trades. But it's difficult to push into here. You have so many onagers unlimbered here, a lot of longbowmen. Guess you would need maybe some ships, like moving in here in the south instead. Do something like that. But there's walls in these cities as well. Yeah. So he's assigning some generals. Which honestly, unless they have discipline, it's not really that important to like assign generals as soon as possible. A war elephant rebel here in Aventicum, right next to two spearmen and longbow. Okay, so that one is gonna die. A wedding for the brother, maybe, and the exploring judge with the superstitious artist can be promoted here. Alright, he didn't let the marriage go through. Continuing the sibling rivalry here with his cursed zealot brother that is in line to take on the throne next turn or so. Unless he chooses a different heir, but I mean, with this legitimacy, I won't go for that. With his family opinions. Building more legionaries on an Axeman, Slinger and Ballista. Not really sure why he's building a Slinger here. Maybe he didn't have the wood for it. For a longbowman. Maybe he just wanted some cheaper units. Not sure what the thinking is. But yeah, advancing with one of the legionaries here to the north. Taking care of this rebel. Moving some more troops from the backward. Another legionary here. Building some roads. Alright. Let's see, he has some farms pinned. And the Acropolis. So yeah, so that was the forums. But yeah, he needs a lot of stone for that. But this is a nice grab. If you also could spread some pagan religion into the Statesman seat, that would be some extra civics. Would need to jump back into polytheism for that, but I feel like Rome has quite nice shrines. At least training shrine. You can spread it around. They have the growth shrine can also be interesting. Yeah. They're decent, and some places you can get some really good, I think it's the fire shrine with lumber mills. But yeah, right now he's in monotheism. And close to finishing scholarship. And let's see, that 8 turns away from the museum. Not that, yeah, okay, still 9 idle workers. But the economy is not really the problem right now. I guess it could have more wood income. I would like to see more orders being used on improving the family opinions. I continue sending the family gifts. You have that much money. Try to convert, like you have this almost plus 300 Judaism with a pleased family head that could intercess. You don't need to like only be focusing on building military or roads or whatever. Like at this point in the game with these large armies, giving like every unit plus 5% strength is worth more than having like one more legionnaire or one more whatever. Giving everything that bonus or removing that malus is worth much more. But yeah, we see a hamlet and a farm being built here in Florentia, so might, yeah, the hamlet will increase the borders for sure. Maybe he will build a specialist here, increasing the borders as well there. Now Carthage has that same origin of the state event and a marriage offer to the adopted prince. Right, so he took on that heir. So that's the succession settled then. Another zealot. But yeah, that science rate is still increasing at like double the rate. Almost 8,000 compared to 4,000. But yeah, ballistas are very strong, so if you can get some ballistas up, you could be able to defend against a lot of the infantry units that Rome is building. I guess anarkos would need to go for cataracts or maybe banongals or polybolos if you want to get like that science advantage on the battlefield. And those are all techs that are quite far away still. So yeah, this game is not looking to end anytime soon. We see an apprentice being rushed with money probably from this judge governor. And he didn't finish the rushed master officer, so that one is also on the way. Maybe he rushed them both this turn, I guess. Okay, so that rebel archer is dead. Finished a quarry, watermill and garrison. He has 3 idle citizens here in the front. Could be interesting maybe to switch to vassalage. I guess if you would go on the offensive, that could be worth it. Because at this point, centralization is not really doing that much for you anymore. There are some marshlands over here that could get farmers on them, but you could also build quarries. 2 of them. Here you have also some marsh. It's not really that important. One more marsh over here. Yeah, I think I'm gonna end the stream in about 10 minutes. Maybe will continue playing, but I feel like 4 hours is my maximum. Alright, I see here now they're also ending the game here. Yes, so after this year is finished, So I guess Rome will also play their turn. Taking a look if there's anything in chat. Let me know if you want me to look at something before the end. I'll take a quick run through the stats before I close it down. So unlimbered onager here in the front, building another windmill in the back, moving. Right, so now the disciples can go on these temples, give some extra happiness. That's also nice. Down to 3 discontent in that city, 5 in that. Let's just take a look over here. Yeah, so that's quite nice. Actually only down to 1 in Nora. Friendly religion, defending family unit from the walls. A righteous governor as well. So that's kind of passed. Nice. What else is going on? He's building barracks, promoting some units here. Really using all of the training every turn. Up to 6 laws, so yeah, so that would be the 7th law, monasticism. Okay, so we see Camel Archer Rebel spawned. And the Cursed Zealot has taken the throne. And it could either gain 2 charisma and a weakness. Let's see what it took. Alright, so it lost discipline, I believe, and became inspiring. And he became mourning. So now we have a Zealot versus Zealot, and even when this king will die in Carthage, the heir is also Zealot, so Zealots everywhere. I'll start to take a look at the graphs a bit. So, national wealth, they have both saved up a ton of resources, they have a lot of food price is super high, could sell some. Everybody wants stone to build wonders, that's a bit cheaper. Total population is even, about 55 each. Rome has 40 specialists, to Carthage 25. And that's, I mean, 9 of them are gardeners. There's only 8 urban specialists. Carthage has 11 urban specialists, but no gardeners. Some of them are master or elder. Almost doubled the amount of workers in Rome. 26 to 14. Military units produced, 62 in Rome and 39 in Carthage. 14 onagers and 10 axemen in Carthage. 11 spearmen, 10 slingers in Rome. But also getting those legionaries up now. Yeah, 4 legionaries. 21 units lost for Carthage, 27 for Rome. Military units killed, 88 for Rome, 55 for Carthage. 8 lost in Rome, 6 Carthage. 31 techs discovered in Rome, 22 in Carthage. Improvements controlled, 115 compared to 112 in Carthage. 2 wonders in Carthage. Yeah, so looking at just these ones, I think the workers and specialists are the big difference. Growth is quite even, bit of an advantage to Rome, but also has more cities. More civics income right now for Carthage. Training, more training income for Carthage right now. Culture, about even, also even total. Happiness, yeah, minus 41 for Carthage, minus 47 for Rome. This is getting more interesting now, the later we go. Science we looked at a bunch of times, but yeah, more than double now for Rome. But I guess that's better for Carthage now than it was like at this peak earlier when it was like triple in Rome. Money, orders, 41 in Rome, 35 in Carthage. Food, iron, stone, wood, big difference here. So yeah, now I think they passed again. Building windmill, mine, Jewish monastery, courthouse, hamlet, courthouse, spreading that stone. Also moving some troops forward. Yeah. Military score still an advantage for Rome, about 800. Legitimacy advantage for Carthage, 160 compared to 93. Yeah, I guess that's it. It'll be interesting to see if any of them kind of get large enough an advantage to start pressuring each other. But thanks for watching. I'm gonna end the stream here. See you next time.